Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. So my latest film for you guys here now happens to be a film called The God Committee, and this is written and directed by Austin Stark, and this happens to be based on a play of the same name. I've never seen this play, and maybe if it's coming to a town near you, maybe you want to check this play out. And this tells the story in two different time periods, one in the past, one in the current future, although the current future in this case is December of 2021. And this was shot and filmed a couple of years back, and now it's finally making its way out. And it was supposed to be released last year, but due to the pandemic, it never did. So Kelsey Grammer plays Andre Boxer, and now how would you like to have a last name of Boxer? Although plenty of people do probably have the last name of Boxer. He's obviously the head honcho guy at this hospital. He has a rocky relationship with his girlfriend, played by Julia Stiles, who also happens to work at this hospital and who is being recruited to be on this committee for transplant. I would definitely come to believe that would violate some sort of ethics right then and there, but that is never addressed. Also on this committee is Janine Garofalo and two other people who don't make a distinct impression at all. And oh yeah, then there's Coleman Domingo, who happens to be a former shady lawyer who's now a very shady priest. And so, as we see in the beginning of this particular film, one kid gets accidentally run over, he dies, he is obviously a heart donor, and they were going to put this one kid's heart in this older woman. She strokes out on the table, and then of course it's up to this committee to choose between three particular candidates, one of whom happens to be an overweight bipolar man, a second woman who is financially well off but has no family and finds that the fact that having someone else's heart in her body seems disturbing to her, which leads Kelsey Grammer to be like, then why is she still on the list? The third person, who could easily get this heart, and this causes a whole bunch of complications for everyone involved, is Trip Granger, son of Emmett Granger, played by Dan O'Day. Now, Emmett Granger is a venture capitalist, and the son is basically a hard-partying cokehead who I guess is supposed to be cleaning up his act but didn't, and his girlfriend apparently is pregnant, and he reacted badly to that, and she's in the hospital, and at least at one point she wants to have a lawyer present, but Julia Stiles probably talks her out of that. But then again, I would assume if someone is asking for a lawyer in a hospital, they would have to honor that particular request. This leads to the fact that Kelsey Grammer is leaving the hospital and he's wanting to do some private research, and 7 years later we see him doing that research in which he's, I think, apparently trying to switch out body parts of animals and putting them in other animals in hopes that possibly regenetifying them so that they could fit into human beings. And obviously the Dan O'Day character is wanting to bankroll the hospital then so that he can obviously have belief that what Kelsey Grammer is doing in the current future has merit to that. $25 million is a whole lot of money. Well, of course, the committee is sort of divided in that belief of, okay, what do we do now here? And at least at one point, Janine Garofalo is giving a speech to Kelsey Grammer, and she is sort of like, great men of history did some awful crap. Now we award them scholarships and grants in their name, and oh yeah, my kids don't talk to me, I've done this for so long. Well, granted, if you actually think about it, yes, some of the great men of history back in their days were assholes. And now obviously this comes from vertical entertainment. Now I have been critical of vertical entertainment in the past because I think a lot of their films are just utter schlock. Now the good news here is that this is a cut above what their usual output is. This is a meaningful, paced, stylish, well-shot, well-edited film. The main problem I have with this film is that this film comes across as a 12 Angry Men or 12 Angry, doctors, and every other hospital episode that you've ever seen from the last 50 or so years. And then, at least at one point during the future segments, basically as Kelsey Grammer is dying, he's asked by one person, why don't you take the heart? And basically he just says, yes, it's black market money that I don't want to do. Now granted, anyone in any rational mind would just be like, hot dang, if something is on the black market, I'll take it. I don't care. I'm wealthy enough. Though it is for to see Kelsey Grammer with a full head of hair. But yeah, folks, what I'm going to say about the God Committee, I am going to give this a subsequent weekend ranking because I think if you want to see something that's perfectly fine, please feel free to do so. So folks, the God Committee, have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below here, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, and enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.